Hello. Still not heard nothing off the structural engineers, so I'll go with the plan I had yesterday and we'll have a look at everything in this corner here. And I treated myself to some new boots today because, you know, I always say if it ain't broke, don't fix. Well, I think I pushed the to the limit really with my last pair. I'll show you now. This one, not so bad to be honest. You know, I'd have given that another at least 2 months, I reckon. I don't mind wet feet. My feet are mean anyway, so they can't get any worse. This one, however, when it's supposed to be safe and your feet are hanging out the side of it, you've got the steel bit wibbling about. Perhaps I ought to get a new pair of boots. Well, again, I'm not a tight ass. My missus will tell you. These bad boys. Alright, aren't they? I was having an hour in, and then there was a bloke behind me who said, "Good boots they are, mate." So I said, there we are, I've got a recommendation, so I'll go for these. So yeah, stone coloured, whoopity doo dah. And no, I'm not sponsored by DeWalt, honestly. No, I'm not. I was just joking. Everyone's got their army of choice, haven't they? And mine's the yellow and black. I've toyed with swapping to the red army, Milwaukee, lately. And I tied up how much it would cost me, and I'd have to sell my house. So there we have it. I'm going to try them on. Well, look at those Bobby Dazzlers, as my granddad would say. Followed by, go down to pasty shop, so I can get to pasties. What do I do? Yeah, I mean, they look alright. They're the right size. It's, doesn't really get new boots, they feel weird, man. I feel like I'm walking in high heels or something, and they're a bit stiff, so probably have a blister by the end of the day now. Lovely. What we'll do then is we'll work out the position of this baby. I mean, probably, like I said, dig out to about here so I can jump in and tunnel under like some sort of World War II frontline dude. Or a mole, whichever. Same thing, really. No, it's not the same thing. It's the same concept. So yeah, I can either do that and do it all from this side and tunnel until I get to there, or I could dig this out. No, you can't be asked. I was going to say break this little bit out in the corner by there, but then you still only got a tiny little section to work in, so I may as well just keep tunneling under till I get 300mm past the underside of the wall. So yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it? So yeah, I'll work that out now and mark it up and get on digger, as my granddad would say. I'm having one of those like moments. It's like I've just measured there. Yeah, it's from the edge of the whoop is my arm doing. It's like when you're trying to have a shave in the mirror, isn't it? Where's my arm? Oh, sorry, I'll turn it around. I just measured from here, this wall in the corner, to here. That's 5110, right? Oh, I've gone and done the same out here. My customers put a mark there. Mine's by here. I'm looking. That looks bloody miles away, doesn't it? I'm thinking, I don't want to dig this in the wrong place, but Jesus, that does not look like the same distance. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. You get a lot of them, don't you? So I'm just going to double check that because I do not want to mark it and dig it in the wrong place. Anyway, just thought I'd say that because it's weird, isn't it? That looks miles away. Hello over there. And then you step into the garage And it's like, oh, back of the garage isn't anybody there. Anyway, I'll do it again. Oh no, it's definitely 5110, so we'll go with that. Just got me a cup of tea. Cracking. I gotta have a cup of tea in the morning, haven't you? So yeah, so from the point 5110 I've marked, this is a 100mm block wall. So if we measure an extra 50mm, that gives us the center of our wall, and then from that we'll plumb that down to the floor and go 450 that way, 450 that way, which gives us 900 overall. So that was my initial mark, 5110, 50mm in, plumb down, which is the center line. So you mark the center line. Then from the center line, 450 that way, 450 that way. 300's only about there, but I'm thinking I'm going to go to there because I need to stand in here and actually, like, you know, bend down, move about. So it looks big, but to be honest, probably not even big enough, but you know, we'll roll with this anyway. Right, just gonna push these out the way with the digger because I've not got any energy in me today to move these band. Have I? Oh no, I can't be asked. Right, I'll go and get the digger. Well, there is the hole. I'm on the German side, by the way. Very joking. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have a little scrape around in there. I think that's the top of the foot in there. Well, it is because it's going. So I just need to see if I'm at the bottom of the foot in, and then see how much further I got to go down. So yeah, I'll have a little scratch around there with my spade and see what's what. Right. If you're old enough to remember, I'm like that Alice in Chains song. Do you remember that? Down in a hole, just like a mole. I don't know if that's the words, but it's quite fitting, isn't it? It should be if it's not. Anyway. Right, yeah, so let me turn you around. Yeah, so I'm down in the hole. That's my first shovel from Fisher-Price. Laugh it up, but it's actually perfect for this little job. It's not really Fisher-Price, promise. Don't know what it is. I think it used to be Roughneck or something like that. Roughneck, baby. Right. So yeah, I believe this. Can you tell what that is? Yeah, footing, if you can call it that. Jesus Christ, I wouldn't want to have had to get up out of the ground off this footing. Poor bricky. I don't know what they did to it, but it's fucking. Oh, did I just swear? No, I didn't. It's fluffing, I said. Fluffing all shapes. But yeah. So, yeah, it's just a normal strip footing. And then this is the underneath, so I'm way more than 300. But like I said, how are you supposed to get in there with 300? So I'm gonna, I think, ooh, creepy hole. It's like that Flash Gordon where he puts his hand in the. God, I'm showing my age. Shut up, Tom. Right. Yeah, so I think this is going to be annoying. So what I'm going to do is a sort of top tip from Builder at A&E. I think it was John doing it. Where previously when I've been doing this work, I've been using my first shovel from Fisher-Price, thinking that was, you know, that's how the army boys did it when they were digging foxholes and stuff. But no, what he did was he put one of those fat boosh spade bits on his SDS, because obviously it doesn't take up as much room, probably not even as much room as that. Minimal effort, and you can literally, for clay, and you know what, it's been a lovely dig so far. Hardly any stones whatsoever, and now I've got to do it by hand. There's bloody boulders everywhere in here. Look at that one. Boosh. Typical. So yeah, I'm thinking, just get the SDS on it. So I've just seen the price on it though. Jesus Christ. There was one that actually looked like the end of a spade, but I'm thinking, is that a bit gimmicky, or should I just use the widest flat bit? And the widest flat bit they've got is about 80 quid for a drill attachment. You could buy it. Well, you could buy an impact driver for 80 quid these days. There was one for like 100 and something, 170 quid. I was like, what the hell? What's it made of? What's that stuff Wolverine's made of? Oh, I don't know. All that stuff in Minecraft the kids play. What's the hardest thing ever? It's harder than diamond. What is it? It is make-believe, so I don't know why I'm even saying it. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that either, because my hands are filthy now. So yeah, I'm going to go whoop down the local Screwfix and grab a super duper wide spade bit. I've got a dedicated breaker because I have broken. I've gone through, I think it's 4 DeWalt SDSs. You could say it's lazy. In my defense, if they're not meant to be used on just hammer for, like, I don't know, chasing out, or, you know, hacking plaster off walls, hacking render off walls, then don't put it on there, like, innit? That's what I'm saying. Because I went to get it fixed. 3 of them, took 3 of them to, where's that place? Data Power Tools in Cardiff, because they fixed quite a lot of my stuff in the past. And he said, oh, it's brushless though, isn't it? I said, yeah. I said, I thought they were better than the brushed ones, because, you know, it's all brushless. Less friction, less heat, blah, 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 blah. He said, yeah, but to fix that, it's cheaper to buy a new one. So I just keep buying SDS after SDS, and I have to go DeWalt. Sorry, DeWalt, I'm not slagging you off, but I'm just telling you the truth. I have to go to DeWalt because all my batteries are DeWalt. But so I went through another one then, so I think I'm on my 4th one. I thought, right, I'm not going to use this one on hammer only, just for drilling holes. And I bought myself like a dedicated. I couldn't afford the ginormous, you know, posh ones that DeWalt do, because it's not worth it really. I'll probably break that as well. But I just bought this corded though. That's the only problem, but it doesn't matter. It's got a super long cord on it. A Draper it was, but it's the SDS Max. So yeah, hold on, I got someone ringing me. 2 secs. Right, sorry about that. I got interrupted by a phone call. To be honest, I was probably gibbering anyway, so enough gibbering. I'll go and get a spade bit now, the biggest one I can find. So I couldn't get one of those spade bits till tomorrow because it's next day delivery, so I ordered one of them. So this is as far as I've got so far. Yeah, I've got down to depth with the digger. Rather than struggle with my Fisher Price spade, I'm going to wait for that. So I've reverted to plan B. So on this it says, obviously, all variation to be minimum 1 meter below ground level. Exact depth to be agreed on site with building control officer to suit site conditions. So he's coming tomorrow, I believe. So if I can get down to depth today on that little run, he can check whether or not the ground's acceptable. I'm sure it will be. Not very often you have to dig deeper than that unless there's trees involved. So yeah, you've got 225 strip putting on here, so that's 225 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 900 straight away. So that's nearly a meter, and then you've got 75 mil to ground level. So it's actually 975 on this drawing. But that's fine. It's an inch between friends, isn't it? So yeah, so what I do is I go from usually the DPC line, which I've got on the corner of the building because I've exposed it, haven't I? So yeah, so instead of 975 from ground level, I'll be doing 975 plus 75 is 1050. Plus 75 is, yeah, 1125. I'll set my laser up now so it beeps when I'm at, so it starts beeping, a nice solid beep when I'm on the DPC line. And then all I do then is just whatever number it is on the staff, I add 1125 to, and then obviously you just keep dipping until it goes beep, 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 and then you're there. And then you just sort of carry that along by eye and keep checking it every so often. It's probably going to be less often because I'm already jumping on and off for the digger and dumper, and I don't really want to be jumping off any more than I have to, really. But as long as you're, you know, flat and relatively level at the bottom of the footing, which I'll tidy up anyway at the end by hand. So happy days. Right, get on with it. So I've just set up the laser now, and my DPC level is 830. So I might need a calculator for this. So, but all I have to do is add on 1125 to that, and then probably I'll round it up. So 1130. It's that extra little bit. No, let's just call it 830 plus 1130. As if by magic, is 1960. So I move that all the way up to, oh, I'm nearly at the top. 19, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So there. And then I'm good to go. All right. So yeah, because we'd booked the inspector in thinking all this would be done, but I needed to speak to the structural engineer first, right? So we're down to depth there. He was more than happy with the ground that we got here. Obviously all this is going to get cleaned up. But yeah, I'm pretty much nearly down the 9.5 meter run there. And then I got to stop then because I got to move that profile over there onto the porch. I'll take the roof off. I'll probably, for today, if I run out of stuff to do, I'll probably just take the tiles off and all that. I'll leave the felt on for now. And I'll take the tiles and the fascia off. Stack them nice and neatly in case he wants to reuse them. And it's probably going to be at the end of the day by then. Ordered that attachment thing. Had a little scout on Amazon last night, and guess what? I found one for 40 quid. Boosh! It's not coming till next week, so all this will get tidied up, and then we'll tow underneath the footing a little bit, the existing footing, for a bit of extra strength. And then all I got to check then with the structural engineer is he specified a 900 pad below this footing, but I'm just taking all that out and cutting the footing. Putting some rebar in, chem fixed, and then I said to the building inspector, I don't think he realises I'm doing trench fill foundation. So on the drawing it's just strip footings, which is only 225 thick. Whereas it's a bit old hat now because you end up having to do all your block work. I mean, they have trench blocks you can buy and those thermalite ones that lock together with a dovetail. I've tried them all and it's still a pain in the arse. So now the cost of the extra concrete weighed up against the cost of the labour and just the fanning about and the weather. Jesus, there's nothing worse than coming to site and your trench is filled with water, and then you've got to wait flipping, your bricks are soaking or your blocks are soaking, and you've got to pump all the water out, and it's just a right pain in the backside. So yeah, I'm getting rid of that. And I said, there's going to be about 1 metre deep of concrete there. Do we really have to come 900? So he said, just check it. He said, I doubt it, which is common sense. It's nice when someone has common sense. But he said, check it with the engineer anyway. But it's 3 days ago. We've been trying to every single day. But I'm not slagging them off because, in all honesty, it's holiday season. So the poor bugger's probably sunning himself somewhere on a beach. So he ain't going to really care about my problems, is he? So that's where we're at. So to explain on the drawing, obviously we're going to have our two steels this way, which I think are going to need to be cranked at the end before they get attached to this steel post in the corner because of the pitch of the roof at the end, like that. I'm sure it's possible because you can get roof steels like that, can't you? So there's that. There's also specified this beam across here, and I'm thinking, well, does he even realise we've already got a cavity lintel up there which holds that? So, and he's specified these massive 203 beams, no, sorry, 203 beams below the ceiling line, which is gonna, yeah, it's gonna be chunky, that, isn't it? And ideally you want it as flush as possible. So I just thought, why don't we, unless there's some rule, but of putting cavity lintels straight onto steel, but as long as they're like fixed, like you could bolt them, whatever, really, couldn't you? And the building inspectors didn't know of any, you know, rule against it. So I thought we just put our steel up right tight to that, and however far it comes past the ceiling line, which won't be that much to be fair, we level this ceiling and drop it, and it'll all run through flush. So yeah, he was happy with that, but he said obviously we've got to check with the structural engineer, but that'll do away with loads of work. Because if I had to put that in, I would not be comfortable taking out the entire corner of the house without using needles through the bedrooms upstairs, and that's just a whole load of extra disruption and cost, isn't it, really? So yeah, when I finish this last little bit of digging, I am going to start taking the roof off. Oh, right, well, I've dug as far as I can really go until I sort this front detail out with the garage. So I've cleaned up the trench by hand, picking out any big stones that are protruding, flattening it all off, squaring the edges. But it's so hot at the moment. I fancy a change of something a bit less laborious in this heat. So I'll show you how far I've got. So I've nearly finished the 9.5 meter run. That's what I've been doing, but my god, it's not mega hard work, but it's just too hot for this crap.